Yeah, so this trip was really special for me, particularly because of the goal in mind. And you know, we had been getting tremendous reports about big eyes in the canyons. And while I've caught plenty of big eyes over the years, you know, trolling, bait fishing, things like that, the ultimate allure especially for a jig and pop fisherman is to get one on a jig or even better on a popper. And it had been getting done for the week. And the day before, the fishing was like off the charts. Like the party boats were jigging big eyes. And so we kind of quickly ensembled this crew, you know, kind of a cross between, you know, my team, you know, Captain Jerry Malanga and Scoose, and also some of the guys from, you know, from some of the other crews that, you know, we're really close with and that we work with. And you know, we had Billy Hayes and James Cool on the boat, who, you know, I absolutely love fishing with those guys. You know, their passion for the sport, the youth, the enthusiasm that they bring to it, especially for a guy like me who's been in the game forever, and to put together to try to go after these big eyes, you know, on poppers and jigs. You know, and certainly, obviously, there's yellowfins and longfins and other fish out there as well. And so when we set this plan, that was the goal. And the weather looked great, everything looked great. Tackle prep, you know, we were bringing the right rods, the right reels, because, you know, yeah, while there could be a 120-pound big eye, there also could be a 225 big eye. So you just never know with those fish. So the ride out was great. You know, we pull into the canyon, and I think just everybody is so jacked up, right? We want to get in there. There were a lot of boats, obviously, because of the reports, but people were spread out. And so, you know, first drift, we're jigging like crazy. We're chunking, we're using bait, we're trying to put bait rods out, just see where we can find the fish. It just wasn't happening. There was a pick, a couple of boats were picking here and there. But it just goes back to that same old thing of, hey, you should have been here yesterday, right? When the boats are just cleaning up. And so the day, it was a grind, man. I mean, we moved around a lot from the east side to the west side, from the 100 square into the different elbows, you know, talking to people, talking to our friends out there, other charter captains. And, you know, even though this wasn't a charter, you know, I still have that charter captain mindset of, this is my responsibility to find the fish, right? It's my responsibility to put these guys on fish. And I have to use everything in my power to do that. And whether that's my network, whether that's different techniques, whether that's trying something completely out of the ordinary that I wasn't planning on doing for the day, you know, we did it all. And we just kept moving around and grinding. And we had some great moments. Right, we had some yellowfin that were just exploding behind the boat on peanut bunkers and chum that people were throwing in the water. And of course, you know, you got sharpshooters like Jerry Malanga, you know, and Scoose on the boat. And the minute they see that, they're grabbing poppers, right? And instantly catching, you know, the yellowfin, which was great, you know, and we jigged a couple as well too. The interesting thing was, every yellowfin that we caught out there, probably only caught a little bit more than half a dozen, was on either a jig or a popper. Nothing was on the bait, which is very different than what had been in the weeks leading up to this time. It was pretty much all a bait bite and, you know, an occasional fish here or there on a jig or a popper. So I guess it was around 3 o'clock, and you know, everybody's kind of looking at each other like, you know, what are we going to do here? You know, should we stick this out and stay to dark and hope to get that kind of magical dusk bite that usually happens when you're tuna fishing? Or should we go do something else? And I remember just looking at James and he's looking at me like, come on, let's go. And everybody's like, yeah, let's go. You know, I don't care what we do. And so I said, you know what, we're going. Let's just go. We'll be there in an hour, and we'll see what happens.
There we go. Come on, James. Oh, boy. Crazy, Mark. Oh, boy, James. Popping it. I popped it. It just went completely slack. It took me like 10 cranks to catch up to it.
That's a butter bug. That thing up too.
Here.
See you later, buddy.
He wants to come in.
Come in the boat. Look at him shaking, dude. Big head shakers. So pissed. He took right in the corner of the mouth, too. Nice.
So what does UVT mean to me? I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is quality. You know, every single product that Anthony and team puts out is of the highest quality out there. And they've put together this team, La Familia. You know, Anthony says La Familia. And at first you're like, oh wow, okay, La Familia. But then as you continue to go on, it has so much more meaning because Anthony is reaching out to everybody to get input. He would never ever put a product out without the endorsement of the people on his team. Really, it goes back to Anthony and Corey, you know, who kind of started it all. And they were the guys who really had the vision of what this jig was actually going to be and what it would actually look like. You know, the short catch jig is really just about color, right? Everything else is what Corey had designed and put together. But right now, even to this day with this jig, there's constant upgrades. You know, are we going to use a different assist cord, something that's stronger? What about the hook quality? Right down to the flash on the hook, the enamel, the paint, the size of the eyes. Everything gets perfected over time. And that, to me, is a tackle company that really stands for quality and family. You know, because when you look at the team, you know, across the entire Eastern Seaboard that they have put together, it's unbelievable.
Holy James, dude. That was so
Someone's reel's burning.
Mine, dude.
My word. Smells like burnt hair. Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh!
No, Jimmy.
No!
No, Jimmy, no. No, Jimmy.
Yeah, Cap!
Come on. Let's go. Let's go. No.
Don't touch.
Oh shit, I'm good. I'm off.
Hey, James.
What's up, Bert?
How are you? Wow, I've never seen more fish in my life.
Where?
There we go.
Oh, there we go.
They're blowing up behind the boat. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
You mind when you get a chance to get me a belt?
Yeah. In that same thing, right?
Mine's just like Billy's, but it's got a gold.
I was on this side.
It's got a gold cap. Yo, that ring pliers you had before is on the dash. Yeah, I know. I quit. It's definitely me. Back off a little bit. Down here? Yep.
I know. Get stuck. Come here, Dad. I got him.
You know, so in addition to quality, you know, I think, you know, what's different about UVT and what they stand for, I think it's about passion for the sport, but also giving, you know, giving to the fishing community. They just had a first responder trip where they took first responders who normally probably would never book a charter, a jig and pop charter, never be able to afford something like that. And, you know, Anthony put together this team and he grabbed these first responders and he brought a video guy to create it and to put it on film and to show everybody, you know, what's possible out there and how awesome this all is. So, you know, everybody's exhausted. We've landed countless fish. The sun is already set and, you know, it's time to head home. And, you know, I just looked around at the guys on the boat and the crew and all the gear and, you know, the leaders and thing all over. And I just thought to myself, it's like, I wouldn't trade this for anything, you know. I didn't want it to end, but, you know, just like every fishing trip, you know, it ends, whether it's good or bad. You know, you're on the water, you love it, you're driving home, cranking the tunes, boys are stoked, and you just know you had an amazing day.